Peace, love, and abundance of all things good to you, amazing, beautiful people. Your girl got a testimony. Real talk. First and foremost, I want to start by saying how important it is to remain grateful, yo. Like, let me tell you, gratitude is our superpower. Gratitude is going to attract you to any and everything that you want and that you need and that you can possibly manifest. Why? Because gratitude, living with an attitude of gratitude, not only allows us to be grateful for what we do have, but it puts us in alignment with a mindset that that enables us to use what we have to get what we want. So if you're being grateful for the things that you have around you, you know, the great relationships, your resources, certain tools, certain privileges, and you're just grateful for them, that means you're using them to the fullest capacity. And that also means that you're then going to master everything is a tool. All things around us are tools to build what we want, to build what we need. So that was on my heart to say, because listen, baby. So I'm gonna try, because y'all know I'm gonna talk. I'm gonna try to make this nice and sweet and short and sweet. But for as far as my testimony, for those of you who do not know, and there's a lot of you who do not know my situation, people who are close to me been knowing my situation for a couple of years, and I don't mean to make it sound that deep, but you know, essentially it did affect my life. So I've been on the road. I've been driving since I was 17, right? And so I'm accustomed to a particular way of life, so to speak. And I know a lot of you can relate, and some people may not be able to relate, or you know someone who can relate. When you're accustomed to a certain way of life and a certain way of movement, you know what I'm saying? You can move on your own terms. You got a level of freedom, all good stuff. 3 years ago, a series of unfortunate events led to my car no longer, or being temporarily off the road. So for 3 years, I have not been consistently on the road on my own terms. All right. That was back in 2017. And late 2019, okay, literally a year ago, I had the nerve, I had the audacity, I had the confidence to launch a delivery business, okay? A delivery service, a vegan meal prep delivery service, knowing that I did not have a car on the road. I had no idea how I was going to deliver people these meals, these vegan meals, but I knew, like it was no question in my head. It's like an angel dropped this idea on me one night, and I woke up, and within a month it fully came to fruition. All right. And this is a part of my testimony. Like that's the first thing I want to say. I want to encourage somebody to look past I'm gonna talk to you, look past your current circumstances. You are not your past, and you are not your current circumstances. You are not that. That is a lie. That is just where you are right now. But you don't have to see yourself there. You can see yourself beyond that, past that point. You got to look further than where you are to get there. All right. So hopefully that does encourage somebody to start the thing, whatever it is, you know, start whatever it is, because I know we are so amazingly talented and gifted. So that was the first thing I want to say. The second thing I want to say is, again, a part of my testimony, a part of what I knew what was gonna be my story, over the past 3 years. How have I been getting around? Now in New York City, it's not hard to get around without a car. We literally, our public transportation runs 24 hours. So no matter how late you got to go to work or how early you got to go to work, there's a bus running, there's a dollar van running, there's cab services. You know what I'm saying? It's not hard to get around. However, it can get expensive, it can get costly, and it can be very time consuming and inconvenient in that way. So what did I do? Knowing that my car was not going to be on the road, I went to Walmart. Now I don't have a Walmart one, but I'm on my second one. I went to Walmart and bought a $150 bicycle, and I got a job that was local to my house, literally like a 15-minute bike ride, not even 15 minutes, a 10 to 15-minute bike ride from my house. That way, because I understood, like, okay, just because my car is on the road and I have to get accustomed to this does not mean that my life is just not done. I still gotta eat, I still gotta work, I still gotta thrive, I still want to go out with my friends, and I still want to be able to do things. So, you know, me not having a car can't stop me. I just have to adjust. So that's kind of like lesson number 2. Adjust to the circumstances that happen to you. Sometimes it's unfortunate and sometimes it's beyond your control. But, you know, what can you do? You're going to cry about it? You're going to frown about it? Nah. You keep it moving. So, so yeah, I was riding my bicycle. I bought a bike. I got a local job, and I was literally riding my bicycle as a way of life, as a way of transportation rather, to work, from work. And I was working late shifts too. Like, I was getting off at 11 o'clock sometimes. Sometimes I would be getting off at, you know, anywhere between 9 to 11 when it's dark, and I'm riding my bicycle back home. And it's just something I adjusted to. It's not something that I needed credit for, or that I was trying to broadcast, or that, you know, I just knew while I was doing it, I knew that, one, the adjustment was needed so that I can continue my life with no excuses, because that's corny. You know what I'm saying? When circumstances happen in your life, for you to become a victim of them, that's you relinquishing your power. You take your power back by adjusting and saying, all right, you know what I'm saying? What can I do to make this work? It may not be the best situation. It may not be favorable, but how can I make this work for me? And that's exactly what I did. So I figured out a solution. You know, I figured out a way to get to work. I figured out a way to get, you know what I'm saying, money in my pocket so I could feed myself, and so on and so forth. The second thing that bike was taking me through was getting groceries. So not only for myself, but I literally started and ran my business. And I feel like this is the testimony right here. I ran my business from a bicycle. Okay? And not that I was literally doing deliveries on the bicycle, but, you know, running any kind of food business, there's so many groceries involved. Each order is a fresh batch of fresh produce that you gotta obtain. You know what I'm saying? Then it's cooking the meals. That part is easy. And then it's finding a way to deliver. Again, I had no real reliable piece of transportation to be like, okay, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna knock this out. But I didn't start the business with that mindset. I started the business knowing like I knew it was always going to work out, and it always did. So I want to say this to anyone who has contributed in helping me in any way with deliveries, with favors. Yo, I have a handful of friends, people, some people that I have not even spoken to in years, just peeped what I was doing, peeped game, and was like, and reached out and really reached out and was like, yo, you need a hand, you need this, you need that. Shout out to anyone who has let me borrow a car. Son, you don't even know how grateful I am. My business is grateful for you. My customers are grateful for you, because you just helped me propel my dream, this dream, so much faster and better and more efficiently, in a time that it was difficult for me to do it by myself. So shout out to you. I absolutely love you. I appreciate you. And I just wanted to say that. So yeah, I was on a bike with a backpack and 2 handlebars full of bags, riding around my neighborhood to various supermarkets, trying to get it, well, not trying to get it done, getting it done. And I just want to say, your girl is officially back on the road. I remember saying winter of last year, December of 2019, I said to myself, I'm not going through another winter on this bike. I'm not going through another winter on this bike. And look, the season's changing, because the bike is cool. This cool through the summertime, through the spring, you know what I'm saying? If it's not raining. That winter though, and that's the last thing I want to add. I was riding this bike 4 seasons out of the year, all year round. Like, this was, and ask anybody who knows me, ask anybody who has worked with me, ask anybody, like, anyone can attest to this, because it's true. Like, it was real. So I just want to say, there's no excuses. And I'll leave you guys with that testimony. There's no excuses. It may be uncomfortable, baby. It may be uncomfortable. It may be unconventional. It may be unorthodox. It may be taboo. It may be looked at as corny in the eyes of society. But let me tell you something. When you stay true to yourself, and this is the real message, because a lot of people, I know they did. I know they wanted to look down on me, or they wanted to play me and be like, oh, you want a bike? But let me tell you something. A bicycle is a step further from walking, is a step up from walking. All right? And it took a lot of courage. It took a lot of courage to step out of a societal norm, to do something that actually makes sense for your life. That's it right there. To do something that actually makes sense for your life. And I'm just so grateful. And let me tell you, the power. I could go on and on and on and on. I said I wasn't going to do that, and I'm not. I will just speak to y'all in other segments. But ultimately, the power of affirmations is real. If y'all know anything about me, anything about my spiritual practices, anything about how I live my life, I will testify to the power of affirmations. Affirmations is why I'm here right now, that I manifested my car, like a car that I already owned, back on the road. It took 3 years. Sometimes it may take time, but the strength that I built over the course of those 3 years, the belief that I have in myself, the belief that I have in my own power, those are the qualities that were built. And I just say all of this for motivational purposes, for encouragement purposes, for individuals to understand that it is not over. Just because your current circumstance is not favorable and it doesn't look like what you want it to look like, you gotta use that to create what you want. There's a reason why you're there. There's a reason why that's your circumstance. There's a lesson in it that you have to extract and learn, and deliberately learn, in order to get past it. It's like a video game. It's like a video game. You can't get to level 3 without mastering or getting through level 1 and level 2. We can't be out here skipping steps. Like, it don't work like that. It literally don't work like that. So, again, I just wanted to leave y'all with that testimony, that moment of motivation, a moment of encouragement to keep going and stay positive. And the very, very last thing I'll share, is that the direct affirmation that I use coming into 2020 for my business, regarding transportation for my business was, I said to myself, and I don't know if it was this verbatim, but I remember saying to myself, and I meant it, and I said it with such conviction, and I said, First I said, I'm not going through another winter like this. And then secondly, I was like, sis, you running a whole business. Yes, people are coming through with favors, but there's a Jamaican saying that goes, your free paper bun. Meaning that, like, yo, you may get favors and gifts and stuff thrown at you, but it is not to be 100% relied on. Don't get comfortable. You still responsible for your own life. And I took accountability. I was like, I'm still responsible for my own life. You know what I'm saying? Like, people are coming through. Great. I'm grateful. I'll return their favors whenever, however they want. But like, you gotta make this work on your own. So I said, I am manifesting an affordable and reliable way to make my deliveries this year, a way of transportation, something like that. It was affordable, and I was specific, affordable and reliable. And a couple months later, boom, like, my car is back on the road. So anyone who knows me personally and who has known this story, y'all know this is a very freaking big moment, and I'm just so grateful for anybody who has energetically invested in me and this happening. Yo, shout out to y'all. I absolutely love y'all. I'm gonna cut it here. But I hope again that this helps somebody stay encouraged to keep building and be courageous, be bold in your life. Do shit for yourself, excuse my language, but do the things for yourself that may not be conventional and that may not be cool in terms of how society sees it. Yo, do that. If it makes sense for your life, do it. I absolutely love you. I hope you guys have a wonderful, blessed, and powerful day. I know I am. I know I'm continuing to manifest and, use the power in the sky. And so many things. I love you. And be encouraged. Stay encouraged. Please hit me up. If you were encouraged, please comment on this post and let me know. Let me know that this has helped you. Yeah, that's it. I love you guys, and stay blessed.